Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
may the platinum dragon smile fortune upon you. She kind of looks at Brom, and she heads out the door.
Uh, all right. I'll follow her.
Excellent. Okay. So night falls, morning comes. There is a letter sitting outside Hwinnil's door with the seal of the Platinum Order, intended for safe passage to via portal to Wingfall. And there are Amelia, the innkeeper, tells you that your rhinos have been watered and fed, and anytime you are ready to depart, let her know. She has contact information. She is the contact between you and the patrol that will be heading out. Just let them know when you want to head out, and she will do so. Also, there is a nice continental breakfast that is provided for all people who are staying at the inn, especially heroes who have helped with the battle that happened earlier on. If there's anything in particular that you would like for breakfast, let her know.
Well, yeah, meat and wine maybe. That's a good breakfast.
Okay, that's perfect. They slaughtered a hog early this morning, so they have plenty of bacon to give to all of you. Um, and do you guys all eat together, or do you?
I try to think to gather everyone because I want to show them the letter and so on, and tell them the same thing that the innkeeper told me.
Okay. So yeah, you guys are able. Again, the breakfast invitation goes to the rest of your party. Um, what kind of food do you want us to bring to your captive upstairs? She asks.
Where the heck did I end up? Am I in the tavern or?
You're in the tavern. You guys had a very long and nice night together.
Okay.
Um, she's very, very experienced, by the way.
You don't look like you got much sleep, Bronn.
Yeah, it was a lot of performance checks that night, man.
Alina is down there. Very, very, very quiet. With her brother, they're off at a table in the corner having some breakfast, and Ironwood, who is more or less patched up now, he has a couple burnt wounds, sits down with Cat's Paw, and he invites Razor to eat with him too. Cat's Paw also invites Hwinnil to come eat at their table also. Because apparently he did not tell you enough about the art of shape-shifting while walking to the inn. And the cat is next to you, Hwinnil, just licking a bowl of cream and some leftover chicken that was served the other night. Very happy, very, very happy. And Acros,
I tell him, I join you later. I'm just gonna talk a little to these people.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit down with others.
Meow. And she keeps on eating. You notice that Angela is also eating at a table by herself, just reading, looking over some charts and looking over some maps while she eats a small meal. So, Brom, what are you doing?
Gonna get something to drink, and probably just sit down at a table with Lena and Robert.
So you sit down, and I'd like you to roll an insight check, please.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. All right. You are. Oh boy. Okay. So she appears to be normal. And then she asks you, "So, long night?"
I just kind of shrug my shoulders.
I see. Robert looks at you and kind of shakes his head, and he leans over to you and he says, "We might have to talk later, okay?"
Yeah, man.
There's something you might want to know. He's whispering this to you to make sure Alina doesn't hear this.
Okay. Let's see. Can I roll an insight to what he's trying to say?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Okay, I don't know what's going on.
You think he's probably talking about, he wants to talk about maybe William?
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
I would like to go over to that table and sit with them and eat, and then turn to Alina and Robert and say, I don't think we've been formally introduced, by the way, and kind of take their hands and smile at Alina, and then start eating.
And Alina looks at you and says, "Yeah, I'm, of course, I'm Alina, part of the royal family of Valido, and my cousin Robert, and my second cousin Robert, and my other second cousin who's a traitorous bastard that should be rotting in a cell."
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. So she starts chatting it up with you, asking you about, where you're from, what you were doing at the conclave, making small talk with you.
Okay.
Looking over at Bronn and then putting her hand on your forearm. Kind of playing with your, kind of making light patterns on your forearm, kind of looking wistfully at you.
Man.
Roll an insight check for me, please.
I wish I knew what was going on.
Okay. There we go.
She's just being friendly, man. She's trying to get to know you to maybe to get this group dynamic working even better. That does take a lot of skill.
Yeah. I kind of say, yeah, my arm does itch right there. That's nice, thanks.
And then she kind of just sighs and she just face palms and is like, "What does a girl need to do around here?"
I just slap from like 3 tables apart, like, ha!
Like, Razor is like looking at the table. Hwinnil and Razor are looking at the table, and it's like, you know what? You're probably in the table next to them. Roll insight. I just want to know. Somebody needs to get it. Maybe tell Bronn later. Okay, thank you.
The girl in the party knows.
Yeah, of course the girl in the party knows. Hwinnil looks and sighs at this whole scene, and it's just like, really? Really?
I look at Razor and I say, Bronn and Arcos is really not seeing what's going on around them.
And I'm just like,
My eyes are just fine.
what's going on over there?
I didn't hear you, Razor. You're kind of low, actually.
I say, what is going on over there?
Don't use. Oh my god. I face palm.
Say,
It's so obvious.
Obvious, maybe, but I'm not paying attention to it too much.
Ah, I see.
Okay. And the waitress comes and she looks at Alina and says, "Do you want a refill, honey?" And Alina says to the waitress, "That would be most welcome, thank you. Actually, could you put a couple shots in there too?" And the waitress like, "Certainly." And she walks off, and Alina's just sitting there, shaking her head. Just, why?
I actually increase my voice a bit and say, Arcos and Bronn, can you come over here a while?
I get up and go over.
Okay. And Alina's like, "Yeah, please, go.
It was nice to meet you, Alina.
Nice meeting you too. And Robert looks at her, and she looks at Robert, and it's like, men, right? Right? She says, and Robert's like, some men. All right. So you guys are all at the table now. Cat's paw at this point is like, it looks like you guys are about to have a private conversation. I'm gonna go back to the buffet table and get some more of that delicious ham. Maybe Ironwood should come with me. And Iron's like, yeah, I can go for some ham right now. You guys need anything while we're at the breakfast table? More meat, more wine?
I'm fine.
Okay, all right. See you in a few minutes.
So, what are we going to do about this, really? Are we just going to walk all the way to Leona?
We could teleport.
But you couldn't do that right here because it was unstable.
Yeah, so Skorik is very unstable for teleportation part spells, and that's why Angela said you should get to the border of Dighton and then find somebody with my letter to help you teleport there. There is a mage order called the Thundrum in Pondera, and they have a station in the capital city of Gen. And there you can probably find somebody to teleport you to Wingfall.
Yeah. But do you want to go through this? It sounds like you didn't want to go back to the future. Or the present.
Maybe we should go find the guys who captured our kings, or the kings.
I was thinking is that, well, maybe we should get everyone before we start teleporting back.
There's got to be a reason that we were brought back here, or they were brought back here, so we should maybe investigate into that.
What do you two think? I look at Racer and Arcos.
Well, I trust your decision.
And I'm just gonna shrug and then say, but what about the rest of them? Who aren't prepared enough to fight, to explore, to do anything.
It's really hard to hear that from me. Is it just me that has problem hearing Racer?
No, I have a little problem hearing him too.
How about now? Is this any better?
That's a little better, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This mic is really shitty.
It's okay.
My real mic just broke.
So how about we escort them back, and then we go on another adventure.
All right. So at this point, Ray's Cat's Paw and Iron would come with a couple plates of fruit, and they put it in the middle of the table. Help yourselves. They have some ham. So what's up?
Let's journey to the town where the portals are at.
All right, so we're heading to Gen, I suppose. Says Iron Paw. I mean Ironwood. I don't like Gen. Gen is like the Vatican, so to speak, out of character. Dighton is the biggest religious region in the world. There are 9 providences representing the 9 gods of the pantheon. Each providence has its own religious leader, and Gen is where they all congregate. If you ever want to be in a religious place turned up to 11, you go to Gen. But it is a large city. It's one of the, unlike the Vatican, it's one of the largest cities on the eastern side. So if you're gonna find somebody that's going to teleport you, and that's close, that is your best bet. But Ironwood says, so are we going? So we're going to travel there, and did you guys want to go after the kings by any chance?
We were considering it, yes. But we have to get these people to safety first. They can't wait here in the war zone.
Yeah, I agree. Especially your charge, Bronn. says Ironwood. We should
Exactly.
bring Alina and Robert and William have to be brought to safety first. Whether or not we go after the king of Algor and of Dornathil, I don't know. I mean, it seemed like that wizard had things under control, but who knows what he's met up at this point. But
Do anyone know that wizard? I don't even know who he is actually.
you saw a guy after you flew after you came through the portal. The wizard who traveled with you casted fly and flew off in the direction of.
Yeah.
That was the guy who flew off into the direction of to the west. That's
Yeah,
actually-
I know who it is. To say it differently, I knew who you speak of, but my character doesn't know who it is. So my character says, "Do anyone know this wizard?"
Brom had some light discussion with him. To just remind you, his name claimed to be Agolarian, and he was the arcane advisor to his his Majesty, King Jonah of Algor.
Yeah, he's a little suspicious if you ask me. I don't know if I like him too much.
His skin was slightly blue too, literally.
He seemed a lot more interested in the magic side of things than the safety of people. But who knows?
Who knows?
He also said he was his main focus was time magic. When he flew off, it sounded he could actually be kind of suspicious of making this portal in the first place. If not anyone know who he is.
Right.
I mean, yeah, it could. Cat's boss says it could very well be he's maybe looking to claim the throne himself. King Jonah, as far as I know, says Cat's paw, doesn't have any heirs. He has a steward back. He had a steward back at home, but King Jonah has been alive for hundreds and hundreds of years. He never produced an heir, and I suppose the next in line would be the steward. So I don't know. Politics makes my head hurts. He says, and he tucks
Me too.
into his he tucks into his ham, and he sighs. But I guess we should get your charges and whoever else is traveling with us back to Gen first. It'll be a long journey, I guess, unless the dragon would it's a big dragon. I don't think she'd fly us to the border at this point. Maybe.
No, she would probably stay here to protect this city.
Yeah, she probably has. She's probably kind of busy. All right, so yeah, let me know when you guys are gonna head out. I'm gonna tuck into this. I'm gonna go get another portion of ham. This is like the third portion he's had already. He really likes his ham.
Talking about dragons, I was offered some parts of the green dragon. Is this something that you need? I look at Razor, Arcos, and Bronn.
You three also know that dragon part materials are highly coveted and can be used if in the hands of the right blacksmith or leather worker or craftsman in general that can make weapons and armor from the dragon.
Some scales for some new armor might be nice.
All right.
Yeah, some dragon hide or dragon scale armor.
All right. All right. So.
Right, I will see how much I can get my hands on from them. It
was a pretty big dragon, so I mean it's an adult dragon, so you could probably get enough armor and probably some teeth. I don't know how many bones she'll let you take. So she'll let you, if you can carry it, and it seems like you can with the roly rhinos. You could probably get some teeth, scales, probably some bone to make hide like armor and other weapons of course. At this moment, a tiefling walks in the door. I need perception checks from all of you, please. Please roll something higher than a 5. Thank you! Thank you! Thank you! Oh dear God. I expect that. Don't worry, I expect that. Okay. A very familiar looking tiefling walks through the door.
Dum dum dum.
Dun dun dun. And he takes a seat at a table, the table across from you guys. You guys are probably over here at this point. So he takes a seat across the table from you guys. And, he orders himself a cup of wine, some ale and wine, because reasons. And he looks around the tavern, and the calico cat named Orange looks up, meow, and just hops off the table and hops onto his table. And you recognize him, Hwinnil, as a younger version of the gentleman you met at the healing tent earlier on.
Yeah. I think I will wait a few minutes and study him to see what he does before I act.
Okay. He looks at the cat, and the cat looks at him, and he starts petting the cat, and the cat, nudges against his arm. And, he kind of starts talking to the cat. You seem pretty friendly, don't you, little fella? Meow. And the tiefling's like, is that so? Really? Meow. Oh, that's very helpful. Okay. All right. Sounds good. Hey, if you guys want a show, you could stop looking at me and just come over here, And he looks at your table, or I can
A
go
show?
there. Yeah, I do.
I don't have any tickets.
I mean, if you want a show, I could pull out my loot. I mean,
Hey, he sighs and he stands up and sits at your table. Your cat has very interesting things to say to me. The name's Tester, by the way. How do you do?
I'm doing well.
we may have just disrupted the entire time thing. This may be a mistake.
No,
then I said, help him in
don't
the
worry
fight.
about it. It happens all the time. It happens all the time with me. So what can I do you guys for?
Well, first you can stop being such an asshole, and then I put on a parchment on the table and knock it over to him.
Oh yeah, that is my writing, isn't it? I apologize for my future self. He is quite an asshole. I am quite an asshole. So he takes out, he rips the seal, he looks at it. Interesting. Oh. Okay. Oh yeah, I could definitely do this. And he stuffs the letter in his pocket. Alright. Where do you guys need to go?
Leona? Windfall?
Yeah.
Wingfall.
Something?
Okay. Sounds good. I can get you there pretty quickly if I do say so myself.
Or Valito, Windfall, one of those places.
Valito's the capital of Leona.
Alright.
Wingfall is a town outside of it. Well, not outside of it, kind of like 60 miles out. He says, if you need a ride and you need to get there quick, I can provide it. And
I would like
he's
a one-way
smiling.
ticket to Valito.
I think it was Wingfall we wanted to go to, though.
Yeah, I gotta drop off my homegirl over here.
Well, she says they're not gonna recognize me. My past self is probably not born yet.
It'll be great. Don't worry. What could go wrong?
A lot of things, I think.
A lot of
Oh.
things. I agree with her ladyship, says Tester.
Alright.
It might be. So you're headed to Windfall. Is that what your is that what your sources told you to do? Or who told you to go there? If you don't mind me asking.
Well, who are you? Why are we being interrogated by you?
Well, apparently, my future self had met your party or you, my lady, Hwinnil, in the future, and according to this letter, he has asked me to help you to the best of my capacity, which I can provide as much help or as little help as you need. Unfortunately, I can't get you back home, but if you're going to Wingfall, there's somebody there who can help you get back home. She and
Yes,
I are very well acquainted.
that was the person we were going to meet there.
All right. Well, let me arrange for you passage. You should get there in a day or so.
And how would we do that?
I own. Let's say I am very, very well connected with the merchant guilds in Pondera. In fact, there is an airship I can arrange for you to have passage on. Very well guarded, several dragon-killing harpoons on it. It is the best that I have to offer you. The only thing I ask in return is give me about 5 minutes. I have a letter from my future self that he needs to read. He takes out a quill and some parchment and starts scribbling down things at a really, really fast rate. And he takes out some wax. He takes out a candle, lights it, pours wax onto the paper, and presses it with a seal, and hands it to Hwinnil, and says, "Give this to my future self, please."
Any message you want me to say?
Tell him, stop being such an asshole to lovely women as yourself, and don't bet on number. No, wait. He already know that.
Is there any gold you want to send with them?
He has plenty. He has,
for any reason?
no, he has plenty of that. Man, I wish he told me what to invest in. Oh well. Just tell him to stop being such an asshole to everybody. It's not very coming of him, but if you're already here and you're telling me I'm an asshole, I think I become more of an asshole eventually, I suppose. Right? I don't know. I don't know how this time shit works.
I don't know either, actually, but maybe.
But the siren's call will be at your beck and call. It'll be. He looks at an hour. He looks at a. He looks outside with the sun rising. It should be here in about 2 hours. Give them this. He gives you a signet ring. Show it to them, and they will let you on. And you tell them where you want to go.
All right.
I'm gonna go and get some more ham. And he goes back to the buffet table to get some ham.
And then I look at the rest of the pot. Well, this changes a lot. Now we can get this fast now.
Yeah, I've never
Did
been
we
on an
have-
airship before.
Me neither.
Meow! And the cat kind of just meows and looks at you. He says he has. Cat's paw says. It's very luxurious. Apparently. What? You've been on this particular airship? How did... Your cat is very strange, miss.
Yes, it is. But I like him as he is.
We should call you Deus Ex Machina. Anyway. Alright. What time is it, actually? It's about a good time to end. Alright, so you are now level 2. I think level 2 is 300, so you should get 150 from this week's battle, I believe. Puppy power? No.
Well, we killed like half a dragon, and that's a lot.
You guys have pretty much half a dragon. And it's a good thing you have an airship because that shit is heavy. I don't know where the experience bars are. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's 300. So you guys would probably get 150 from this battle. I will work out what loot you get when are we playing? We are playing on the 27th. So, yes, on the 27th. And I'll work out what loot you guys get, but for now, you're level 2, so level up your characters. If there is any changes to your story you want to make to your backstory, let me know. And I suppose I'll see you in 2 weeks. Does anybody have any questions, criticisms, concerns, or anything like that? Or anything they'd like to see in the future?
No,
I don't think so. It was
Yeah.
fun.
All right.
Yeah, it was nice. It was a good flow.
Okay, sounds good. All right, I will see you guys on the 27th, and I'll probably start, now that I have a little more time for myself, I'll probably start updating more stuff about the world, about the orders, and yeah, things like that.
All right.
Very cool. Thanks for the work.
Awesome.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks for the session.
All right, see you
Look forward
guys.
to next. All right,
All right,
peace.
bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
See ya.